Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Jamie Trujillo, and I am the engagement coordinator for COAVE. I am very pleased to welcome you all to our first Empower Hour. These are webinars that are going to be presented by student ambassadors and for adult learners. So without any further ado, I am going to share our presentation slides and turn it over to our presenter for today, Raylena Hayes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Raylena Hayes, and I am a COABE ambassador. I am incredibly honored to share this space with you. Today, we are diving into a presentation titled Journaling as Fuel, Navigating the Adult Learner Journey. As a proud high school graduate from the Career Prep 22 Plus program, a keynote speaker and an author, I now excuse me, I know firsthand what it takes to navigate adult education. Today is all about how we can use reflective writing to move the needle in our own lives and students using two things every adult learner possesses, grit and grace. So let's get started. On the second slide. So
Yes.
here you see a locked door. A locked door is an invitation to build. When we think about adult education, we often think about barriers. We encounter things that look like a closed path, a dead end, a locked door. For a long time, that is exactly how obstacles felt to me. But through my journey in the 22 plus program, my perspective completely shifted. I realized that a locked door isn't a permanent rejection. It is actually a profound invitation to forces us to stop trying to force open old path and instead invite us to design, create, and build something brand new for ourselves. Journaling became the exact tool that helped me pass the locked door and start planning what I wanted to build on the other side. Next slide. So, the power of not yet. 7 attempts, one life-changing result. This is my actual adult 22 plus diploma from Columbus City Schools awarded to me on November 1st of 2022. But behind this piece of paper is a number that matters just as much as the number 7. It took me 7 attempts to finally get here. 7 times as facing the locked door. In education, we often view a failed attempt as a final no. But I learned to reframe those moments through the power of not yet every single time I didn't make it. I use journaling to process the disappointment, dust myself off, and find the grit and try again. 7 attempts led to this one life-changing result, proving that your timeline doesn't define your success. Your persistence does. The next slide, not a failure, a foundation. So, how do we shift our mindsets from I failed 7 times to I am going to keep going? It comes down to this core belief. It is not failure, it is a foundation. When we build a house, the concrete has to be poured and it takes time to set. Every single one of my previous attempts wasn't wasted time. It was adding another layer to my foundation. It made me stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what was ahead. Through journaling, I stopped looking at my past mistakes as a heavy weight holding me back. Instead, I started using this as a solid ground I needed to stand on and build my future. On this slide, excuse me, sorry. If a locked door is actually an invitation, what is one you want to build in your new house? Now that we've talked about reframing our obstacles, it's time to lay down your very. This is the blueprint phase of my journaling framework. On the screen, you see the exact prompt I want us to reflect on together right now. If a locked door is actually an invitation, what is one room you want to build in your new house? Think about a goal, a dream, a new standard you are setting for your life or your students. On the next slide, there's some questions that is there for you to look over. I'm going to go ahead and read off of my end. If you're looking at this big question and you do not know quite sure what where to start your entry, don't worry. I've got you covered. Try finishing one of these three sentences on your own, excuse me, yeah, on your paper or in the chat. Three questions that I would like to ask you today and pick the one that resonates with you the most in your right now. I am building a life where my high school diploma will allow me to. The legacy I want to leave behind for my children is. As you write, remember my favorite rule of journaling. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about the grammar or spelling. Just let the pen move. Where you are building a brand new career, launching a business, or simply striving to create a stronger version of yourself, just write. Your story matters, and this is how you capture it. I am going to go ahead and set a 3-minute timer. I invite you to grab a notebook nearby or open up the Zoom chat and share your first brick with us. What is the room you want to build? Let's take 3 minutes. Excuse me, my notes here. Sorry. Let's take 3 minutes to move our pen and reflect together. Jamie will set a timer and she'll let me know when that timer is up.
You should be able to see the timer on your screen. You may not hear the sound from it, but you'll see the timer going on the screen. All right, the time is up.
I'm able to see a couple in the chat. Miss Marina Legacy, remembering my dedication to the family and my and commitment to students. Nellie shared, I'm building a life where I try to work to get everything that are my dreams, as for example, a new car, an apartment with a beach view, and travel to many countries as I can. It looks to be not easy. It looks to be not easy, but not impossible. Very true. Okay. You ready for the next slide, Jamie?
Yes.
Okay. On the next slide, you should see an image of the toolbox, gracefully broken. The concepts we practice today originate from a framework called the toolbox. I am honored to introduce the complete three-part guided journal series developed explicitly to support the encourage, excuse me, to support and encourage adult learners through three volumes, Gracefully Broken, Beautifully Bold, and Unshakable Faith. My ultimate goal is to provide these physical tools to students nationwide. I understand your journey, and I want you to know that your dreams are within reach. For years, my own ultimate goal was to earn my high school diploma. Though I once believed that opportunity was lost for me forever, God brought that journey full circle back to me. This milestone, try not to get too emotional. This milestone was made possible by the unwavering support of my husband, my children, my grandchildren, and my closest friends, teachers, organizations that believed in me and saw something that I did not. My husband spoke this achievement into my existence. Even when I lacked the, I trusted his belief in me. Journaling was the catalyst that transformed my life, and it is my privilege to share that power with you today. Next slide. On this slide, I wanted to just show a glimpse inside of my first journal book that I never even thought was possible for me to write. So to be sitting in front of you all today and just even showing you just a page of something I have worked so hard for many, many years to accomplish, this really truly is a dream come true for me. I wanted to give you a glimpse right inside of the journal so you can see exactly how these tools work in action. This page from the Season of Grit speaks directly to the reality of the adult learner experience. So many students are balancing second shift jobs, family care, and survival mode while trying to earn their credentials. This page is designed to help you see, to help you, I'm sorry, this page is designed to help them and to help you see your current struggles, not as barriers, but as foundation. It gives educators a powerful tool to foster deep reflection, and it gives learners a safe space to recognize just how resilient you truly are. On the next slide, it shows moving the needle, the journey of the adult learner. To close out today, I want to leave you with a roadmap that guides this entire process. Moving the needle isn't a single moment. It's a journey that unfolds into three distinct stages. Part one is the foundation. This is where we learn to process the no. We take those locked doors clear out the disappointment, and find our deep, unshakable why. Part two is the fire. This is where resilience is forged. It's about maintaining your passion and drive through the not yet mindset, just like it took me 7 attempts to reach my goal. Part three is the win. This is the ultimate destination. It's where you step into your power, stop waiting for someone else to build a path for you, and officially become the architect of your own success. When we give adult learners this roadmap, we give them more than a textbook. We give them a lifetime blueprint for growth. My next and final slide. This one, I'm sorry, my technology, gotta love it. The architect conclusion. So with this, you do see a key, a brick, and a heart. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with these three symbols of the architect's journey. The brick represents the hard work, consistency, and discipline you put in every single day. The heart represents the warmth, the passion, and incredible mentors like the ones I found here at COA, the colleagues, friends, and family that keep me going when times get tough. And the key is your voice, your story. It's what unlocks your future. You are not defined by the bus stops where you had to wait or the doors that were locked to you in the past. You are the architect of what comes next. Thank you so very much for letting me share my journey with you today, and let's keep the needle moving together. Please feel free to contact me on Basecamp or send me an email. I do have it listed there on the slide. And if anyone has any questions or would like to share any of their story, um, I'm open right now. I'll give it to you, Jamie and Aaron.
Thank you so much, Raylena. I'm going to keep this slide open for a while just because, as Raylena mentioned, her email is at the bottom in case you want to connect with her. For those of you who are trained student ambassadors, you will notice that Raylena is also on Basecamp and you can connect that way. I'm also very happy to announce that with the recording of this webinar and the slides that we will share with you all, we will also be sharing, graciously thanks to Raylena, part one of her journaling book, which is Gracefully Broken. It is a PDF that will be shared with you all. It will also be shared on Basecamp as an accompanying resource to this webinar. I have been through this entire PDF and can say that it is a very powerful journaling tool. So thank you so much, Raylena, for being willing to share that resource. And again, that will be sent to you all along with the recording and the slides for this webinar. So again, I'm going to keep this slide open for just a little bit longer. If there's any other questions, please put them either in the Q&A or in the chat. And I do see that there is a question about please explain Basecamp. So Basecamp is a platform that allows groups to connect with each other and network with each other, share resources and announcements. And so for those of you who are trained ambassadors, meaning you have gone through the COABE Student Ambassador Training, you are already on Basecamp. You have been added to Basecamp. So if you are not added to Basecamp, that could be because you are not yet a trained ambassador. And so in the chat, if you all give me just a few moments, we'll of course keep the chat going. But in the chat, I am going to put links to the student ambassador application, as well as the interest form if you yourself are interested in presenting a webinar if you are a trained ambassador. So Raylena, I think there are a couple of chats here for you if you want to respond to them while I really quickly grab those links. Go
Well,
for it.
first, I really would like to say to everyone, because I can't see you, but I can see some of the chats and I am glitching a little bit. But I just want to say to you all, just thank you so very much. This has been one heck of a journey. Attempting uh, to get my GED, and I passed all parts. Even when the new GED started, I was in the classroom that very day trying to pass the math part, and then I failed it again. And then when the new program started again, I went back, passed all parts, and failed math again. So that was my biggest challenge, was getting through the math part. But after taking the time, focusing on my family, and just trusting the process, it led me to Columbus, where I found the 22 plus program, where I was able to go back to get my high school diploma. Once they pulled my credits, I only needed 6 credits to complete my high school diploma. So that really was my fire. That was taken away from me. That was a decision that was made, and me being a teen mom, um, I just went with what I was told to do. So to come here, in my 40s and find out that I only needed 6 credits, I understand my assignment and my journey even more, that that was not meant for me in that moment. And if that would have happened then, I don't think that I would have the opportunities that I have had now. And I am standing here to say that dreams do come true. When I started in working on my high school diploma, I was working at Chase in the back office. God told me it was time for me to leave because he has something greater for me. And I'm sitting here in front of you today as an executive director that is running a whole entire agency. On the papers that said I was not qualified, but because of my experience, excuse me, but because of my experience and me being so bold to tell my story and to be proud of everything that I had to overcome to get here, it was worth it. To have my children and my grandchildren to see me walk across that stage. God gave me back everything that I thought that I lost. So I just want to say to you all, believe in yourself, because that's where it starts. You have to believe in yourself first, and everything else will fall into line. But if you give that power to other people, if you depend on other people to help you find your joy and your peace and your happiness and to go after your goals, you're always going to be stagnant. It has to start with you.
Thank you so much for that, Raylena. Um, as I'm sure you can see, Raylena, there are a lot more comments coming in. And so I'm going to close by once again saying thank you so much, Raylena, for being able to share not just bits of your story and your journey, but your expertise when it comes to reflective practice and journaling. And I join everybody by just saying you are so inspirational, and I am very, very blessed and fortunate to be able to work with you as a student ambassador. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. It has been a joy.
And thank you all so much for joining us for our very first Empower Hour. These webinars will run every other month. So our next will be in August. So look for emails about that. And again, if you are interested in being a presenter or if you're interested in being trained as an ambassador, the links are in the chat. Thank you all so much and have a wonderful rest of your day.